Each time I celebrate my birthday, I had opportunity to remember where he brought me from. So I came out from a family of 8. One died, and the remaining of us are alive. My father was a soldier. He retired as staff sergeant in Nigerian Army. I spent my early days of my life in Rukuba Barrack, Plateau State, Jos. I did both my primary and secondary in that very state. Plateau State was a home of peace and tourism, not what we have today, as becoming a massacre and a zone of death. We pray in our good heart that the Lord will keep the people of Plateau State. My early days was from that place. I was a very stubborn barrack boy. Sometimes if I look at myself now, I look at myself then, I don't know. Only one thing I can tell you is that the power of salvation works indeed. I want to share this just for you to go home to understand what it takes. God can pick anybody. I encountered Jesus when a woman was ministering to a barrack boy and he was assaulting her. I was mad. I told myself that if I see this boy make another move, I was going to fight him and deal with him. So the woman followed this young man and he didn't pay attention to her. Then she made some striking statements that very day. I heard the word and I got back home. It was like fire trapped in my bones. I'm a convert of a elderly woman who I supposed that was a deeper life evangelism. She ministered the word with passion. Caught the fire, knowing the kind of family I came out from. I started my early days of fire in an Anglican church which is owned by the army. It's called Protestant Church, where the youth fellowship section. So I was attending both Protestant Youth Fellowship and the Catholic Youth Charismatic Movement. The kind of family I came out from was a very poor family, but we're content with what God was doing with us. I came down to Abuja for some time, stayed in Abuja, worked with a pastor doing some concrete work. I was in New Yanya. There was an Assemblies of God church that was then there, supported and did some time. And then I worked for some time, did security guard. So we are about 5 of us that lived in one room in New Yanya. So we go to work, we follow PW vehicle, just come in, then look for what we can tout to get. I left after my school because I saw the situation of my family, and my mother kept telling me, all your mates have joined soldier. I have not told you the one. I went to join soldier. I shined my head. I was in the depot. I was already prepared. I was accepted. My elder sister said, you are very intelligent. The elder brother, not as intelligent as you. You should go to school. I kept malice with her for 1 year. I came back to Abuja, stayed in the New Yanya side, come in, do work. Then, after life became very bad. When I mean life became very bad, it was bad. It's very important to hear. Maybe there may be some of you here who feel that life is not okay with you. I know how it is too. So I tried to make things to work, and I saw that it was getting so much bad. It was terrible. I lost everything, so I returned back to Jos State to see my mother. On reaching there, just that week, mom said, we are packing. Your dad has been posted to Dogbo Barrack, which is Ibadan. So I had to shuttle with them. We entered into the lorry that carried load. My poor mother was part of us at the back of the lorry. We spent about 3 days on the road and we eventually got to Ibadan. So I stayed in Ibadan Barrack. While I was in the barrack, God began to speak to me and said to me, I'm going to use you to tour the war. But the fire had to start here. So I joined the youth fellowship. I started what we called Gethsemane prophetic night under the youth fellowship in the Protestant church in Odogwu Barrack. I was not part of their ESCO. I just influenced. We do night vigil, we cook, and then burden started coming on me. So I started village evangelism in rural areas. This village evangelism we did in rural areas. We hadn't much money, so we go to farm. We get vast land, we farm. After we farm, we get paid. Then we take the money and then we rent a car, travel to a village, carry clothes, carry food stuff, and go there with megaphone and do crusades. I did that for some time until I finally moved. I'm telling you my story from grass to grace.